What's up, my people? Hope everybody's doing okay out here today. I am out here at LFE all by myself. Ain't nobody here. There were people here earlier today. I actually got to see Andy and meet his new wife all the way from Australia, which was cool. Hung with them for a little bit, got to fly, but I've been chilling all day. Those of you that were here earlier, I had a little bit of a live stream while I installed the new Eflite fan in my Eflite F-18. Thanks for being there. For those that were there, it's still there. It's if you want to go watch the replay. Took about an hour. Ended up running into some problems. Took a little bit longer than it should have, but still was able to get it done. Got a test flight. Only flew it once so that I'll be able to fly it again so you guys can see. But it flew great. Check the comments real quick. Angelo, I ain't got to invite you. If it's a regular day, all you got to do is say, hey, are you flying today? And I'll say yes or no. But my kids went out that way today, actually. They're in Roseville right now. But yeah, I'm here. Glad to see the y'all people are here. So yeah, I got some more videos coming up of Nate, Mike, and I doing some flying too. If you like that Snow River, there's more coming. But it is a gorgeous day out here. It's been gorgeous all day. It has not been hot. It's been it started to warm up a little bit, but then the breeze kicked up and it cooled it off real quick. It's probably been about max today about 75, max wind about 10, but right now it's probably 3. So and it's been that way for hours now. I've been doing a little bit of flying here and there, but mostly spent most of today just chilling and relaxing because I got to go back to work tomorrow and go crazy with diesel filling stuff and getting the mechanics ready for the couple days I'm going to be off. But so Angela, yeah, sorry you I wish you'd have said something sooner because then you could have come on out. But it's been awesome day. This is one of the best flying days we've had in a long time, other than the last time I was out here with Andy and Angelo, but I didn't do a live stream then. But I'm going to do some golden hour flying because the weather's perfect. We got some cool cloud cover, so it's going to make the sunset really pretty. I have a different phone for a live stream for once, so this phone should be pretty high quality. You should be able to see decent stuff. What's up, Wild Bill? Let me see who all's here. Mr. Jack 78, Mr. Big Chris, Victor RC Jets. What's happening with all of y'all? Mr. Pete Lane, we were just chatting a little bit ago, but good to see you on here. Well, Snow River, what is up with you? Rob's RC, what's happening? Mike Bird, hello again. Wild Bill, what is up? I think you were here earlier too. I don't remember, but thanks to you guys for being here. So it's been a good day. It's been a relaxed day. I fit 6 planes in my car today. I got the Futura. Actually, you know what? Let me just turn around so y'all can see. I already showed people earlier, but I want to show y'all again. The settings is going to take a little bit. Sorry if it's bumping on around here. Bumping. Let's see. Just do back camera. Let's see what that does. There we go. Okay. Close that. It's going to switch a little for a second. So sorry if it looks weird. I had my phone plugged in. You know what? This is cool. I had my smart charger charging the phone, and it actually charged it pretty quick. I was able to get it charged really fast. But anyway, let's show the planes. If any of you say anything about their cosmetics, I'm gonna smack you upside the head. But there's the Futura. There's the tried and true beat up baby fate, as I call it, the FMS F-18. That's the one I modified today, which is the Eflite F-18. There's the seriously beat up but very fun to fly F5. One of my new favorites, the T7A, and then the F-22. I've flown up to these two right here. I haven't flown that one or this one yet. So I'm going to fly the baby fate on camera, and then this one on camera as well. I'm gonna try to get all of them in there, just so y'all can see. That's what I got set up. I finally got some proper cases for my radio. So I got 2 radios still. So I got the proper things set up. Then I got my charging station here. Crazy impressive power supply. Can get over 1,025 watts. I don't even look at the watt side of it. I just look at the amps. 85 amps this thing will pull, and it still cooks with no problem. I actually did over that. But this is one of my favorite chargers. My older EV Peak. I need to get a newer EV Peak, but this is cool. These have been kicking since 2016 and 17. Actually 2017. These are awesome. But yeah, good chargers. I just got a new charger. Really? I got a new charger for my 7S packs that I got. Oh yeah, but sorry, I got these little guys. That's the first reactor I got, and that one is the equivalent. This is four of these things doing what that one does. So it's 4 times 300. Awesome setup. But yeah, reactors are cool too, but you can never find these, especially this one. This one's always out of stock, so I was able to get it from a friend for cheap. Very happy with it. The ISDT, I was able to get this charger. This is a cool little charger. I'm not using it today because I have no need for it, but I have a 7S pack that I use this to charge. This will charge all the way up to 8S. So these are awesome little things. I've got connectors that plug into those. So I can plug in up to 3 chargers on this. And the ones that I have right now, I'm not even making it break a sweat. I can have all of these cranked up almost as high as they can go. And it still doesn't bother it. But take a quick tour of the field. They did some work out here while I was at the event last week. So they trimmed the grass down, or weeds, whatever you want to call it. The runway has been repaved and repainted, or re-striped, whatever you want to call it. So, but look, you can see the flag is moving a little bit. Not bad, just a little bit. So yeah, good stuff. So there's the sun, beautiful day. It's been really quiet, relatively quiet. There were some people here earlier, but there's a crowd that shows up here, and their wife wrangled them back home real quick. So they're able to fly for a couple hours, and then wife says, "Get your ass home." So they end up coming home. But this is a good club. They spend a lot of time and effort keeping it clean. Very little politics to deal with. They do a very good job with everything here. Every time we get a chance to show it off, I do. They've got all these pilot stations. You guys get, if you pay for, and this place was just recently totally paved. There used to be gravel, but they said, we want it paved. There's money in the bank. So they used it. And I love that. You've got money. Why not use it instead of just looking at it, sit there and accumulate dust and all that other shit? So more stations. Every one of these stations, see, look down there. Every one of these tables has power on both ends. So there's power there, power there, there. So, and they went through and redid these tables. So this is a good place. I always show this place off because it is worth the dues. Get to see your money in order. And then there's a racetrack over there. I'm not going to go over there because of the insects and stuff. There might be some of them little red bugs that get under your skin. So we're not going to deal with that today. But that's the racetrack. They've got a time. They have it all set up with a lap counter and all that. So this is a good spot. And I'm planning on doing an event here one of these days. Once I can get everything set up. Sorry for the wind noise. There's a little bit of a breeze, but I'm walking against it. So it's going to make more noise. But inside of there, they've got trainers. They have a simulator. If you want a barbecue, they got that set up. There's more stuff inside. And then this is the hooch. This is what everybody has access to. When you get in here, water, coffee, microwave, nothing in the freezer. But there's drinks and water. They just ask you to put $1 each. The water's over here. They just ask you to put $1 in there to support. Everything goes to the club, and that's what I like about this place is that you get to see where your money goes. If it gets cold, they have heaters that they put in here. They're not here right now. So anyway, that's a quick tour. Don't want to waste much more of the sky. Of this beautiful sky because there's not much light left to fly. But I am going to do a flight with the sun completely set with the probably the F-22, possibly maybe the F-18. But and everybody freaks out. There's my car, and look, what do you know? All those planes and all this stuff in that 4-door sedan. Hard to believe, but yeah, can be done. So anyway, let's get this set up where you can see the planes, and then I'm going to choose one to fly, which is going to be the baby fate for this time. What's up, Mr. Anthony Lachey? So, guys, it's going to be harder for me to monitor the chat because I've got my phone and I have it on a tripod. So, I'll check the chat as I can. So, is Kenny flying anything, or is he just sitting there bad mouthing other places and talking about how the experiences he's had with things and how stuff was good and bad, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going to show I'm actually flying. So, drink a little water. And then I'm going to get going with some flying. Get to see my chunky butt go pick up a plane, and we're going to fly that plane. We got a decent amount of people here. 16 people is good. So where's Kenny? If he ain't flying, what's he doing? What's he doing? I know he's streaming, but I'm just saying, usually when he's streaming, he's either sitting in a tent somewhere or, in his garage looking at a plane, or a plane sitting there in the way, but he's not actually flying a plane. I'm going to fly something. Love Kenny to death. Kenny's a good dude. But I'm going to fly. It won't hurt my feelings if you want to go watch Kenny. But if you want to see some flying, watch me fly. Gonna go throw something away. Be back. All right, so we're gonna get this little ugly bird. We're gonna get this thing up in the air right here. Get this little thing going. This plane, I've had this thing forever. I know what time it is. I'm giving Kenny a hard time. I know it's late, but I'm just giving him a hard time. This plane, I did a custom paint job on this thing a long time ago. And it's been beat up just because of the way I have to transport the plane. It's been flipped over in the wind a few times. Plane's not perfect, but a plane flies perfect. That's all I care about. It flies perfect. So we're gonna get a little flight on this little doozy here. I'm gonna take the camera out there. So you guys tell me how you want the camera set up. Do you want you want it facing the way it takes off, or do you want it coming towards the camera? Let me know in the comments, guys, and then I'll set it up how you want it, so that you can see whatever is the best vantage for you. And yes, John Kunkel, I'm sure the 370Z can fit a lot in there. What's up, Hangar 51? Up in your what the hell? If you want to see up there, you can't. Not unless I'm bending over to pick up a plane, which is probably what you're talking about. But gonna get this ugly little bird up in the air, and then do something else. We got a booty here too. I was fingering the plane, but let's get this thing going. 40C battery pack I'm using up in there. What, 2489? Oh no. That's right, this thing's weird because it's battery balance tabs are falling apart. So it says the charge is lower than it really is. Let me try this. Let's see what it says here. That will tell me the actual voltage. 2492, so it is low. All right. So we ain't flying that. Voltage is low. Way too low. So we're going to use a 30C. So wait, something's got to be off. Something has got to be off. Yeah, it's got to be off. Okay. Yeah, I've got a bad balance tab. So, I'm thinking that's actually okay. We're going to fly this one anyway. 30C will go. I don't know if I have anything for the 30C. So we'll probably fly the 30C and something else. But let's get this going here. This thing was a test bed for a long time. So there's wires everywhere. Let's make sure those are all plugged in. It's all plugged in. All right, so let's put that in there. There. Oops. There. All right. All right. So yes, there's noises, it bumps, it bruises, it makes noise. Whatever, I've had it a long time, so a little more nonchalant with it. Whatever happens, happens. But I don't. Planes have been very, very good to me so far. So let me see what y'all said about how you want the cam set up. So how do you want the cam set up? Yes, the way you want it to look from, because I have two different ways I can set it up. I can set it up to where you see it take off going into the wind, or I can point it downwind so you can see it where it's going past. So just let me know what y'all like. So what's up to everybody that just joined? I'm gonna have a hard time looking, but Record Roy's here, Gary Gasser's here, John Cokel's here. I think I talked to him earlier already. But all you people, just another train's here. Membership dues just in it, just another train. Membership dues to get started, it's $250, and then to renew every year, it's $100 per year after that, and it's totally worth it because you get to see everything used, and they tell you how much money is in the bank all the time. They're good people. So yeah. Okay, so let me. So now I'm gonna ask for feedback. So you guys tell me what you think of how I set it up the first time, and then I'll take the camera back and forth with me as I go to the planes. So then you just have to let me know each time what you think. All right, Rob's RC says downwind. Okay, so let's try downwind first, because then you get to see the plane take off, and then we're gonna switch it up as we go. So yeah, let's do that. So put this back a little bit so you can see. I did my checks.
Throttle cut.
Get the fire booty action going on there. Have it on a slight delay so it goes on slowly, more like the real thing, because the real thing does not just come on full blast. Anyway.
Normal mode. Throttle cut.
The weird thing is, John, I have a certain set of things that I do when I get ready to fly, so I don't skip. I went through and checked what needed to be checked already. I checked my satellite. This is a lemon. I check all that stuff before I got going to make sure I didn't miss anything. So check out the sky though; it looks really pretty out here today. So let's get on out here. I'll get the plane set down. Then we will get set up for the flying. Ooh. Split doink. Okay. Plane on the ground. So, and yeah, I'm not holding the phone by hand. I've got a tripod.
Throttle cut.
More fiery booty during the day. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out, y'all. Anyway, so I'm gonna set my radio down here for a second. Actually, I'm gonna do it out here because I'm gonna get this set up pointing downwind. But I want you to be able to see the runway and the sky at the same time. So I'm going to drop this down a little bit. Like so. And point it up like that. Hope that works for y'all. Make it a little lower. I think that should work. But I won't be able to read the chat while I'm doing this. So let me get my flights in. And then when the flying's done, I'll come back and catch up on the chat. All right. So I'll do some flybys. You'll get to see the takeoff. Time to fly, y'all. All right, y'all, here we go. Hat cam engage, as well as live stream. Here we go. All right, guys, you'll get to see a fast pass right over the camp. So I'll do a couple touch and goes before we land, so y'all can see.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Time expired.
This last one will be a full stop landing. I'll try to do it where you guys can see.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
All right, so that's it for the, as I like to call it, the baby fate.
1 minute over.
Like I said, it's ugly, but it flies fabulous. So since it's just me out here, I'm gonna do what I normally don't do. I'm gonna taxi all the way back because it's too much to try to carry the plane. And do all that other stuff. So right there. I'm gonna set this up where you can see. How do we do that? All right. So now we're gonna set that up again where we can see me undo it all. All right. So let me get unplugged and I'll catch up on the comments. This is a funky connection, but that's what's left in the pack after that flight. So let me get caught up on the comments. I'm gonna put this dirty birdie away. And then I'll fly the plane that I updated. All right, so let's see. How did that work, guys? Were we able to see it okay? And yeah, DoorDash. I got DoorDash today. I got, I was telling Andy earlier, I got Mr. Pickle sandwich. Yes, DoorDash is awesome. I can, let's see, I can't set it to read. If I read, it's going to be weird. I can show you guys how to balance fans, Peter. It's all good. I don't have special batteries. It's this thumb right here. And being able to use gravity, it helps. And yes, Snow River, all freaking leaf blowers today. I was just thinking about that today, though. I have a whole bunch of props at home that have yet to be flown. So I'm going to bring out the Turbo Timber Evo, the new crop duster, the P39, the new P47, and the new FMS PC21. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So anyway, let's get another plane. So I'm going to fly. I'll do the Futura this time. And then I'll face it a different direction this time so you guys can see going from another angle. But maybe I'll just go back and forth each time. So I ain't going to show my butt this time. Sorry, Kenny. But let's get the FMS Futura. And this one's got a special burner on it. So You're gonna fire that one up. And I'm going to use a 5200 on this flight. I have been using 7200, but that's just too much. You don't need that much. So we got it all ready to go. One of the most important steps before you fly, regardless of whether you pulled it off the charger or not. Check your pack. Always. Always, always, always check your pack. So that's good to go. We're gonna fire that up. So guys, this plane will fit a 7200 battery in there with no problem. It can be done. So there's a wide range for the CG, so don't be stressed about whether or not you're going to get it right, because you always do, as long as you put the battery where it is here. So,
Time remaining 2 minutes.
I have to start this one at half throttle, so it's already running the timer. This one got a little beat up. In transit, unfortunately, on the way back from the event last week, it slipped off of where I had it stored, and it got a couple extra beauty marks. So let's check out this burner, because this one's a little different. As you can see right now, it's already on. And as I'm taxiing, you'll get to see, you can see it, but it does that little bit of a shimmer. And then as we get going, it goes off and then turns to the regular burner. So it's a little cool, a little different. Not realistic, but hey, everybody doesn't want realistic, so people just want what they want. All right. Get it on out there. I'm gonna walk it out, but I will taxi it back. So anyway, let's go. There it is right there. Oh wait, can't go anywhere yet. I gotta get my hat so I can do hat camage. All right, let's go. Get on to get on. Oops. Sorry for the bouncing. But thanks to the 13 of y'all that are here, there were up to 20 at one point, which is very cool. You could be anywhere, but you've chosen to be right here with me, so thank you. So let's get this thing set up. Where everybody can see. Throttle cut is on. Put it a little bit lower. Put it up just a tad. All right. So, I'm going to be away for a little bit, but hopefully see you guys in a second.
Tower cleared.
Here we go. I had the big pack in there last time, so it's climbing on me. Thing is a rocket ship. So we're going to do a blast pass over the camera.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Another from the other direction. One thing I haven't done with this yet is some touch and goes. So I'm going to do a couple touch and goes. No flaps. Bounce. That was a bounce and go, not a touch and go. Do another one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Boingo, boingo. Get a little more speed on the next one. You put some flaps down too for that one. There we go. A little better.
Flaps up.
All right, so let's get on back. Guys, anybody can do this. It ain't that hard. Just gotta, if you get used to the plane getting close to you, as long as you set up the tripod next to where you are, you'll be able to do that. So I just have good spatial awareness, so I can always kind of put the plane where I want it to be. So let's get that down, down, down. Let's get this thing unplugged. As usual, the sun's going down hella fast. So let's burn up some packs, y'all. So now I got it unplugged. I'll come check out the chat. All right, so now we're gonna fly the murder hornet, as I call it. Murder. So I installed the new fan and fire booty already installed into this bird earlier today. And it is I think you're right, downwind was pretty good. So I think we'll do that next time. So this is the Eflite F-18. FMS makes this too, but this one's the Eflite. So we upgraded the fan today. I put in the new 2300 kV X-Fly fan. It had the original 2200 kV X-Fly with the small 3280 motor, but this new fan is a 3665, so it's got more meat. Should be, and it had a lot more power, a lot more thrust, and as a result, I ended up staying in the throttle too much, and battery was not happy with me, but not too low. I was able to get it down just fine. So let me get the battery and stuff for this. So I fly this plane on the same pack that I do with the I fly this plane on the same pack that I fly my F5 on. So it's just unplug that. Unplug it. We're done. 6S 30C 6200. These are G Plus series, so they're actually really good. Even though they're 30C, they put out quite a bit more. Let's get the Murder Hornet loaded up. And let's get this one set up to go. So a higher KV with a slightly larger motor is a good thing. That should actually be a fairly decent increase in RPMs. Let's do it again. Positive connection. Get the so on this plane, I'm using the stock ESC, but I put on a 10 amp UBEC just to be safe. because it's a little over what the plane does. So let's do it to it. All right. Excuse the sniffing, but there is very allergy. I'm allergy prone. So all right, so let's go do this. Actually, let's check out the burner first since y'all are facing that end. And that little flicker you see, it does do that in person too. It's not just the camera. So I'll turn it on and then I'll show you down inside there. So you can see the new fan. But it fit in there no problem. Lots of room. But it makes a very cool noise. So let's get this. Oops, sorry. Loud bang. Yeah, Snow, you're right. However, when it comes to China Hobby Line, they tend to be the exception to that rule. They have really good packs, and they tend to be better than they say they are. So, these 30C, anytime you get the G Plus series and 30C, you're actually getting like 60C. So, because they are very happy with whatever you throw at them. So let's get the camera ready to go. The one thing I noticed about the X-Fly and the FMS, you barely give it any throttle, the plane moves. That's a sign of a very well-made fan. If it's moving that much air at that low of a throttle setting, you got yourself a winner. So I'm going to set it downwind because that's what people said was the best. Do it about like that. Let me know if that camera angle works. That last flight that I did snow, that was a Sokokin pack. So those are actually pretty good. Depends on what you're looking for. If you can test it, you can do all that stuff, but how does it actually work for you is what matters. Sure, there's test data that's there, but actually run them up and see how they work. See how they work for you. So yeah, put it this way, the Sokokin 7200s are supposedly 100C, and that's just total crap. I do not believe it. However, they work wonderful in my planes, so not worried about it. Just gonna fly it. So okay, let's get the Murder Hornet going. All right, murder Hornet. All right, here we go. Taking off. concept. The plane never used to be able to do this with the original fan. You pretty much have to be at 3/4 throttle the whole time. Sucked a bug into my damn nose. Extra protein. Used to want to fall out of the sky at anything below half. Now I can kind of putt around at quarters. So that's below half right now. It doesn't feel like it's sluggish anymore. Losing a little altitude, but we're good. I'm not going to kill this pack like I did the last one. Got a lot more vertical than it used to.
10, 9, gear down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, landing flaps, 3, 2, 1. Time expired.
I could probably keep going, but I want to be safe. Didn't see that landing, but it was pretty damn perfect. The Murder Hornet's doing pretty good. I didn't fly as hard as I did the last flight. The last flight, I think I really pushed that pack a little too much. But this one should be good. I flew hard, but I didn't fly too hard. All right, so Murder Hornet did good. Let's check this pack and see what it we're at. I'll tell you the throttle time here once I stop. So I count this taxi back as throttle time. All right. Murder Hornet did good. All right. We're gonna have to check this pack. I didn't push it that hard. Could have pushed it harder, but I want to see how it does at laid back flying. That was a little bit more laid back. Way more laid back than that first flight. First flight, I was ripping. I mean, ripping. it up there so y'all can see what it is. Yeah, see, I was better on it this time. 3.78 per cell. This thing's always wrong, but I go off the voltage. So I was nicer to it. So 3.78. When I landed the last time, it was 3.62 because I was pushing the whole time. I never really got off throttle. But that was regular flying with some laid back, throttled back stuff. 3.78. That's the new X-Fly 2300 kV with 36 millimeter motor. Did good. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, good stuff. So I'll give you guys the. I murdered a bug up my nose, Angelo. So let's see. Yeah, from what I've seen, Anthony Lapierre has been pretty good. So, guys, tell me which one you want to see next. You want to see the T7A or the F22? I could do either one. Yeah, everybody's sticking with the SMC, which is good. I just can never get them when I want them. So, and I know that he'll make them for us too if you ask him. So I'll need to go with that. Roaring tops are good; they're just expensive. SMCs are really good, just expensive. Lapierre has been good. I have Lapierre Air for the F22. So just let me know. So Anthony, this new motor is the same size. It's basically the same motor. I think it's just different wind. Um, so it's got higher amp draw for sure, but it's got a lot of thrust. Let me compare with the. Technically I should have put in the FMS first, but since I had an X-Fly in already, this X-Fly is better than the other X-Fly I had. So yeah, Angelo came out 2 weeks ago, so it is new. 36 millimeter motor, 2300 kV as opposed to 2000 kV for FMS. FMS went conservative as always because people were doing 7S on that with no issue. So I think that this is going to be probably equivalent to what, partially equivalent to what the FMS is on 7S. But so the FMS is probably going to be the better all around as far as what you can do with it and amp draw and all that because it's under 100 amps for the FMS. This one's for sure over. So which plane you guys want to see? The F-22 or the T-7A? I'll get some water while I'm making. So let me show you the packs I use for the effing 22. Yes. Did I? Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, I did. So my F-22 can fly on two different kinds of packs. All right, so I'll show you both. But what I'm using now, which is the total afterburner setup, is the Lapierre Air. This is a 4S. This is a 3S. That's 72. That's a 7S. So 7S 6200. That's what I'm using. And the Lapierre Air have been awesome. Really push it, and they come down perfect. If I wanted, and I'm probably going to do one flight on 6S, but this is what I use for 6S. The Sokokin 7200. They say 100C, and I know it's not, but they work awesome in the plane. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. If it's not true C, so what? If it works, it works. But they say 100C, 7200, but it's not. It's, less than that, but it still works. So I'll fly with either one. Probably the last flight that I do with the sun going down is going to be with this pack. But right now, I'm going to fly that plane with these. Let's get it loaded up. All right.
Flaps up. Mode.
Make sure to turn that gyro back on for the F-22. So be safe. I'm going to check them. Good. Good. All right. Let's make sure it's charged too. Back. That's discharged. 40C should be discharged. Oh, I know that's discharged. This one should be fully charged. And it is. All right. So let's get the effing 22 going. So I have to stagger the pack since they're both, there's a ton of room in this thing. So I've got to stagger them. Otherwise they wouldn't fit. Put the 4S further to the front. And then the 3S in the middle.
Gyro initialized.
Okay. Alright, so I have to set the throttle at half. When I turn it on, to make sure the burner activates without having to hold it at half throttle. Alright. You ready? I'm taking my sunglasses off. Don't need them now. Alright, so I'm going to have to drive this. No, I'm not going to drive it. I'm going to carry it. But I got to take.
Throttle cut. Normal mode. Throttle cut. Throttle cut.
Alright, so here we go. Let's grab this big boy. If I can. Jeez, the F-22 is so odd to grab onto. Alright. Here we go. It's getting really quiet out here too now, which is cool. But you can see the flag. It's gotten even more laid back. This windsock is less. So get it all set up. Gonna be time for some new stuff here pretty soon. I need to get some new servos for this plane. This thing's fast. So The fast passes on this one are going to be pretty quick. All right, so here we go, y'all. Effing 22. All right, here we go. Thing's a rocket ship, so it just kind of climbs right out of takeoff. We're going to do a pass right back down the runway. The vertical on this thing is incredible now.
Time remaining 1 minute.
So, Freewing got this airframe right. This thing is awesome. All right, so we'll get the T7A going. All right.
Throttle cut.
Throttle cut's important. If y'all have a throttle cut set up, you need it. No, this is not the stock setup. This is an FMS 40 millimeter fan, 1850 kV. It's meant for 6S, but my buddy Garfield Houston has done a lot of experimenting with this fan and figured out that it'll actually do 8S, but 8S gives you higher amp draw, so I stuck with 7, and it's been pretty good. And I may fly this one more time, and if I do, I'll fly it on 6S because I don't have another 7S pen ready to go. I need to find some more of these. But yeah, this thing, I'm happy with it. I still need to get the F15 going. I have to change the ESC in the F15 because it's a V1 red brick, which did not do this. So we get the T7A, and then I'll catch up on the chat.
Power cleared.
So let me catch up on the chat real quick. Yeah, it's 7S is actually, from what I've heard, I think that the 9-blade will even do 7S no problem. From what I've heard, the 9-blade will even do 8S. And again, that's Garfield Houston that did that. But Anthony, those packs are 3S and 4S 6200 light Puri air. So those things are pretty good. So let's see, we're going to do the T7A. Then I might do the F22 on 6S, just so you can see the difference. It's still fun to fly. It's just not quite as powerful. But let's check it on out. Yeah, and I'm not going to have time to show everybody, but yeah, I have 6 planes here today, and all this stuff. Yes, I do fit it in that car, and that car is fast. I'm able to. It's actually kind of fun. I've been the last 2 days I went on drives up a mountain road with my kid. He's got a Dodge Charger that's been customized and lowered, got good tires on it now, good brakes. And this car that I have right now, which is mostly stock with exhaust and intake, slightly wider tires, and a strut tower brace, I'm able to keep up with him. I'm actually able to push him in several spots. Going up that hill, I can actually catch him, and if it wasn't a 2-lane road, I could probably pass him. And I can carry planes, so that's important. Yeah, I do fit him in that car, and I will never get a van. I'll rent one on occasion, but I'll never get a van. Yeah, and the weather's perfect. That's why I'm here. So let me get this plane in the air because the sun is going down, and I'd like to get a couple more flights. So, get a pack going. Got some extra 7200s. Most important thing, guys, don't go off of just specs alone. Choose batteries that work for you. That's the most important thing. Yes, there are other packs out there that are great, and they might be out of your budget. that doesn't mean that there's other stuff that doesn't work. So these 7200s, I was able to get 2 for 140. So whether they're actually 100C or not, who cares? They work. So I'm happy with them. And they work for what I want. That's what matters. Do they work for what you want? Do they hold up to what you give them? And yes, these do. So there's no reason to not use them. Just because someone might say, oh, well, this pack might be better. Oh, I don't care. Does it work? That's what matters. It works. That's what matters. So let's get this thing up in the air. With this plane, the one thing you got to do every time is cycle the gear. So you got to cycle them twice. That's the first time it's ever done that. It's never worked on the first try, so.
Gear down.
There we go. That's a good thing. So. So the fan in this plane was the first FMS 36mm 2000 that I used. So this one is the metal one, and it's been pretty much flawless from day one. The first plane I used it in was the Sirius, so it was only fitting to take it out of the Sirius when I sold it and put it in this bad boy right here. This thing's cool. It's got light on the gear. It's a very realistic gear. It's good. Sunset. I'm digging this new camera on my phone too. So this is the new iPhone. I should have brought my zapper out here so I could show you guys some of the carnage from me zapping bugs. But I'll leave it right here. I got to put the plane down, then I'll adjust. Okay. I need to set up slightly somewhere else. Back over here. I'll show a little more of the runway this time, but that way you can see the plane. But the sun's going down, so we'll get a couple more flights. All right, so we got the T7A. Fire booty check. Over there so y'all can see the
Throttle cut.
fire booty check. Okay. Okay.
Tower cleared.
All right, let's do it. And we've got gear up. plane's pretty cool. It's different. It's like a blend of an F-16 and an F-18, but it's a cool and fun plane to fly. It's easy to fly, but it's still very capable. This is a big pack too. This is a 7200. Makes a very cool noise. It's got a pretty loud roar to it.
Time limit 1 minute.
Go by with the burner off and then kick it on. It's 7200, so I go a little over the timer on it. Do another blast over the camera.
Seconds. Gear down. 2. Rest. Time expired.
We got all 3 green lights on the gear. Can't see the landing because facing the other direction, but you get the roll out. All right, there we go. The coolest thing about this plane is the gear and the lights on the gear. So let me see if you can see that as it's coming in. Yeah, you can see it. The gear looks really cool on this. All right, so let's walk it back. But yeah, you can see the gear. Let me go down a little more. Yeah, you can see the lights on the gear. Cool plane. From the way it sounds, I think it's on medium timing. So I might need to get in there and change the timing on there. Yeah, that all that extra racket sounds like it's on medium timing. All right. Philly cheesesteak coming back. So hey, there we go.
Throttle cut.
we got enough time for a couple more flights. So I'm going to get the Murder Hornet back in the air. Oh, this time with the 7200, see how it does on that bat. This one. I'm putting up the gear because it's done. Let me show you the pack after this flight. So that was 4 minutes and 3 seconds of throttle time. Wow. You know, so look, 4 minutes and 3 seconds of throttle time. And it's still 3.81 volts per cell. I had the burner plugged in too, so notice how all the cells are even. But look at that. This is the 7200 100C. No, it's not 100C, but look at how well it behaved. It did fine. So there you go. Not about the cost, it's not about the C, it's not about all that stuff. It's about how it works for you. If it works for you, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter if it went through test and the testing sucked. If you get the plane flying with the battery that you like and it works how you want, that's all that counts. So keep that in mind. I'm going to fly the Murder Hornet on a different battery this time. Fully charged, very fully charged. All right, so we're going to fly the Murder Hornet. Murder. I'm choosing planes that have lights. So this one's got very good lights.
Gear down. Timer fluid.
We're going to get the Murder Hornet. Murder.
Time remaining 3 minutes 0 seconds. Gear down.
We're going to try this 7200 up on her. See how that goes. I know that the 30Cs work really well. So let's see how this does. I'm not going to fly like a total idiot, but I'm going to fly it. So
Mode.
let's see what it do. As soon as I plug it in, I'll check the chat. If anybody's saying anything, because I know. I know this has been going for a while, but those of you that have hung with me, thank you for being here. I haven't done any flying content in a long time, so hopefully you guys enjoy and appreciate it. Let's take a look and see. Airbags, I hope those things show up soon. They've been pretty quick with me. They sent me the wrong ones the first time, but they shipped them back. Sent an RMS and shipped them back pretty quick. So I was happy about that. Yeah, I'm happy with this camera for the live stream. Hopefully the stream's been good. Z's have been good too. Yeah, Anthony Lachey, people always laugh at the way that I pack planes because I had been doing it in a way where they got them scuffed up and a lot of hanger rash. And I still do have a couple that did get dinged up. My FMS Futura got a little bit dinged up in the last transport from all the way in 3 hours away. It slipped and ended up getting a little dinged. But for the most part, I've gotten better now. So I have packing blankets and other things that keep them from getting messed up. I've learned the hard way. So, but look, if you fly your planes, you can't expect them to be perfect all the time. If you don't want your planes to get messed up, just don't fly. And there's your solution. And I won't do that. I fly. Thank you very much. So let's go get this up in the air. Then we will fly the F-22. Crickets have been going for a while, but Sounds like they're going again. All right. Oops. Sorry, Futura. There we go. Looking at my big fat head, which we don't want to do. We'd rather look at the plane. You don't want to look at my fat head. You want to look at the plane. All righty. Good to see a cool sunset now. So I'll get this set up. Let me set the plane down. Get the other camera started. All right, so throttle cut on. Get that down to there. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good. I'm liking the sunset views. Oh man, airbags they shipped from China. I thought they said they were in stock. They should have shipped from here. Oh well. Ugh. So let's get. I'll leave the camera like this because you can see the runway more. So let's get this thing out there so you can see the. See the burning.
Throttle cut.
All right.
Normal mode. Landing.
Get her going. We'll listen to how the plane sounds with this 7200. I actually think that the C on the 6200 is better than this one, but the capacity is good. I figured that much out. So.
Timer cleared.
Let go. Whoa, it jumped up. Wow. Yeah, that's fine. I won't push them too hard though. Yeah, they're doing good. Oh wow. Yeah, it's happy with these packs. I think these are a little lighter than the 6200.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Oh, it's too hard. Sounds pretty good. Flying through the moon, flying through the stars. he's doing good with this pack. So I think that this is a good pack for this plane. I've got 4 of them, so may as well, right? There we go. So, got another pack, so I'm going to do the F-22.
Takeoff flaps. Flaps up.
Sorry for kicking it. I'll read the chat here in a minute. I see people saying stuff. Give me a few, guys. All right, so that's it for that. Birds still out here chirping, along with the crickets.
Throttle cut.
Get the throttle cut, get the gear up, and get the F8 F-22. That's my designated night flyer. All right, that was good. All right, that was good. So I'm gonna have to save the chat for after flying because I want to make sure to get in the air while there's still a little bit of light. So I'll check it on the walk back out. Gotta get this pack out. Happy bird. Go. Now let's check this battery and see where it's at. It's not too warm. It's a little bit warm. It's not hot, but it is definitely warm. So let's check this out. So this is a 6S 7200. Uh-oh. Oh, I've got it plugged in the wrong spot. So check that out. Yeah, we did good. Let me hope that adjusts. Can't really see. There we go. 3.8 across the board. It's not bad. And that was 3 minutes and 32 seconds total. That was including the taxi back. So even though it's not a true 100C, the capacity is definitely there. So that's all that matters to me. Can it do what I need it to do without blowing up and puffing up? And to me, that's more than enough. That was just fine. So since it's getting darker, we're gonna take up the F-22 now. I don't know if Super Dingus is still on here, but shout out to that Super Ding Dong for getting these lights on this plane. The LEDs that are on here were done by him, and they've helped tremendously in the dark. So thank you, Nate, for that. Again, always check your battery before you fly it. And I just did this one, it's fine. So this is 6S. I'm not flying on 8S. So I took the series connector out of there because I don't need it. And put that battery up in there. And let's go do this.
Gear down.
We're going to unplug. So I wanted to go to half. All right. So now we are armed and ready to go. The burner's already initialized. We are good to go. So again, shout out to Nate for these lights. He put them in a couple years ago. And I've been flying it ever since. And I'm able to fly in the dark now. You know, not totally pitch black, but in the dark because of it. So, good thing I checked.
Gyro initialized.
Okay, so gyro is on. Yeah. I'm gonna carry because I don't want to use up my battery. So those of you still here, thanks for hanging. I'll check the chat now while I'm walking. Let me get the plane in my hand.
Throttle cut.
So let's see. All of a sudden, I need one of those. Yeah, it's a badass plane. The F-22 is pretty sweet. Even with the stock setup, it's pretty sweet. This is an FMS setup in it now. It's meant for 6S, but I fly it on 7. For ultimate performance, right now it's back on 6. But even on 6, it flies really good. So we're going to see that here in a minute. And the sun is officially down. I'll show you here on the camera in a minute. So, I'm sorry. Sun's gone. Pretty sunset though. There's the moon. There's the star. I think that's Venus or Mercury, one or the other. I don't know. But that's what it looks like over there. The camera never shows how dark it really is. But yeah, it's getting dark. You can hear the crickets. They've been going for a while, but let's get that up a little bit. And this way. There we go. So let's we're gonna do some night flying. I'll make a quick flight. So that I can make sure to see to get it down. All right, here we go.
Tower cleared. Tower cleared.
Not quite the same as it is with 6S. 7S has a lot more punch and can pretty much take off and climb right off the bat. With 6S, I do need to get a little bit more forward momentum before I go, but not much. It's still good. So here's a blast into the little light wind we have. Still not bad. Still has decent climb too. It's not as good as 7. It's really good on 6 still. Just need to put some more paint on the bottom.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
A lot less amps. Well, not a whole lot less, but it's for sure less than the stock 8S, but it still has almost the same power as the stock 8S. It's a little over 100 amps
Time remaining 1 minute.
at peak.
Seconds. 20 seconds.
So I'm gonna come back and do a gear pass.
Gear down.
We're gonna come on in.
10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time expired.
Of course, a big bug flies in my ear just as I'm getting ready to land. Only hard thing about landing this plane at night is that nose light is super bright. And if it hits you just the wrong way, it's gonna blind you. And it did that to me, which is why I went by. So I'm pretty happy with the way this camera turned out, guys, on the new iPhone. Pretty good. So if I can do more lives like this, I'm going to. Just I gotta make sure not to kill my data. I'll be more conscious of that this week. I don't blast through my data. But I always wait till I've landed to say it. That's the last flight of the day. But again, shout out to Nate because this thing looks like it does because of him. Look at that. The lights. These are all lights from FreeWing. These are the lights that come on the L39. I don't know why the F-22 doesn't come with lights, but they have all the connections on the inside of the wing, on the inside of the wings. So Nate hooked me up with this. I plugged in the lights the way that I wanted them to flash. I wanted the 3 flash for the bottom. But yeah, shout out to him for that because it allows me to fly at times like this. All right, so let's get this thing back, and I'm not gonna stay on while I'm packing up the plane. But thanks to those of you that have been here this whole time and who were here earlier today for the battery for the burner and fan install on the Murder Hornet. But yeah, so that's it.
Throttle cut.
This thing looks pretty sweet. And I give credit where credit is due. And that credit goes to Super Dingus Nate Calgal. because it's because of him that this thing is night flyable. So, all right, so let me get this, and I'll hang out on the chat for a little bit. Then I'll shut down and get all my shizzles put away. But yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. It's pretty dark, but as you can see, it is very well lit up. And the way that the lights are set up, they actually touch both of the verticals, which helps with orientation. These flashing lights actually help a lot too. One of them is getting a little dim, but they still work. Let's check the battery. So the well, got in my face. The 6S setup is a little bit lighter than the 7S. So I didn't really adjust any trim because most of my flying is going to be on 7S from now on. But the plane was climbing a little bit and needed to be trimmed up. But that was pretty cool. Thanks, Killer Planes. Appreciate it. Let's see. And thanks for being here, Killer Planes. You've been coming by lately, which is cool. Let's see. Yeah, Airvex, this thing took off quick. The F-18, way quicker than I thought. So let's see. The Sokokin is lighter than the 30C, which right there, that tells me something. The 100C 7200 is lighter than a 6200. That's telling you that it's not quite the C that they're saying, but it has been good as far as the actual capacity. Because when I've flown it really hard, I actually put back in over 6,000. So I know it's got over. So Killer Planes, I think that was the Eflite F-18, but the Eflite F-18 has a new fan, which I put in today. There's a video of me installing it. It's the new X-Fly 36mm motor, but 2300 kV. So pretty dang awesome. And it's like a rocket ship now. It was already good, but it's even better now. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna pretty much wrap this up. I'm liking the way this camera looks. It's been pretty good. There's I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get this to zoom in a little more. Camera. So you can see the moon a little better. It's just on back camera right now, but let's go to telephoto. That should be better. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see the moon and that little star a little better. The moon right there. Oh, there you go. Moon and star. So yeah, been good. But there were thunderstorms and such over in the valley over there. But I think that's enough. I'm gonna get going, y'all. I don't want to get eaten up by mosquitoes, so I'm gonna end it here. I'll leave the leave the chat up for a little bit so I can talk to you guys. But we're going to excuse me. We're gonna end it here. So that is it for the day, my peoples. I'm going to mute the mic and kill the cam, but I will still be on chat. So thanks for being here, guys.